Hello, everyone. Okay, I gotta look at my screen here because now it's giving me some weird things. So give me 2 seconds. See if I can do this without like messing up my video. Close. Okay, there we go. You just never know what's gonna happen when you turn on YouTube. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. It's apparently a new feature that they have. And they wanted me to notify them if I wanted to continue to use it. I don't know what it's about. Okay, and I definitely know I'm live because I just saw my hand right over the thing. Okay. Hello, happy Monday. I am Amy with Simply Elizabeth Crafts. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Kathy. If you are here, please let me know that you're here by commenting in the comment section. Also, I'd love for you to give me the thumbs up, and if you could share, that would be great as well. Hello, Deb. Okay, now that my heart will settle back down, because y'all know how much I have struggled with YouTube before. So I really don't have anything to tell you guys today. There's not much going on right now in the Stampin' Up! World for customers, really. So that's honestly a breath of fresh air for once. I have really struggled a lot with all the stuff that they've had. So it's good to kind of take a break, and I'm trying this week to get caught up. I think the only thing I need to tell you is the Advent calendar. This will be 6 days. It is 12 days worth of products, but we're gonna do 2 a day. And this is going to be the week of Thanksgiving. So we'll start it on Monday. We'll have a live on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there will be videos posted to YouTube, and I'll probably share it over to Facebook as well. So be on the lookout for this. There will be a full PDF. Hello, Verna, of all 12 projects that I will have for this event. And in the month of November, so like starting on November the 1st, if you have ordered $50 or more from me, so that means if you order throughout the week in order to get the make and take class, then you will get that PDF as well. So that's just a little extra freebie for customers this month. So from me, it's only me. It's not from Stampin' Up! So but anyway, I'm super excited. I love the products that are in that kit. It is not Christmas oriented, which is so much fun to have something that is not. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, so we're going to dive right into our projects because, again, that's all I got for you. Today, we are going to be playing with the homemade treats. And I showed over on Facebook a little sneak peek of one of the cards we're creating tonight. This is the bundle, the dies here, and then the stamp set here. It is definitely geared toward Christmas, but our second card is not Christmas at all, so I'm super excited about that. So let's go ahead and put you down on the table, and we'll get going. I'm going to see if I can move this in, and then I got to adjust the lights. There we go. Oop. Make sure I'm straight here. I know it's a lot of adjusting, sorry. There we go. But you know what? I don't have fancy systems. Just my iPhone and a stand, and that's all I need, right? All that fancy stuff would probably make things worse for me getting live on YouTube and on Facebook. So we will avoid that. Okay, so here is our first card. This one did take a little while to cut out all of the gingerbread. I have, of course, cut them out but two, so we will do that real quick. And let me see if I can pull everything out real quick. When I sent the email this morning, well, okay, I scheduled it last night to go out today. because my emailing program will allow me to do that. Yay for that. It means I can, you know, schedule them the night before. Anyway, apparently I was half asleep and didn't save it. So you got 2 emails from me today. One was incorrect and the other one was correct. Sorry. I don't know. I promise I reread the whole email before I hit send, and apparently I didn't hit save. So that is how it goes sometimes. Well, okay, that's how it goes a lot for me, especially lately, I guess. All right, so who has this bundle? In the comments, tell me if you have this bundle, or tell me if this is a bundle that is on your list. So this is the set that we're using for our team make and takes this month. And, well, someone posted in our team page that now she has to get this stamp set because of me, and I had to apologize, sort of, kind of, because this one's a good one. So let's do our stamping for this. It's just one that's good because, you know, as crafters, Nancy, you do, you have this bundle? Oh, Verna, not on your list. Well, you know, I guess it can't be on everyone's, right? As crafters, though, I can say for me, I do love to bake. I actually used to bake cakes a lot more than I do now. I don't bake cakes very often anymore. But I have always really loved baking. And so having a stamp set that says it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas, that excites me. So it also has like a one that says like to and from, and so, or from the kitchen of, and so that's a lot of fun too. Makes it easy for us crafters to add a little extra tag to our baked goodies. Okay, so I'm stamping those 2 in pecan pie. Then we are going to go to some real red. Actually, before we do real red, let's just go ahead and stamp our little gingerbread men here. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to probably need a little bit more white paper. Let me do that. Nope, that's very vanilla. Hold on. I thought I pulled out a big piece to cut the circle out of too. Just gonna see if I can find anything here in my little stash. We'll go with this. I might have to cut a whole nother piece of paper. All right. All right, I'm gonna make sure I've got it all good and inked up, and then we're gonna stamp this one right here. Ta-da. Okay, then I'm gonna grab a full piece of basic white. I must have I don't know, I must have put it somewhere else because, you know, it's gone. And I'll find it as soon as we get off because that's the way it works, right? And we're gonna stamp our sentiment in real red as well. So we're gonna stamp this down here because we're gonna cut the circle out. Okay, so that's all our stamping. And then I'm gonna grab my cutter here and we're gonna cut this at 4 1/4. All right. Then I'm gonna grab my machine. And we're gonna cut all these things out. So let's start first with doing that since that's a larger piece of paper. We're gonna do the next to largest stylish shape. And when we do it, we're gonna try to get it kind of as centered as possible. And then let's roll it through. And I'm just gonna roll it through and then roll it back out so that it doesn't take that paper all the way through. All right, then let's add all of our other pieces. And we can cut all those out at once. Okay, and ladies, can I tell you, oh, Deb, you don't have this one either? Oh, what? Y'all, y'all gotta get this one. I know we can't have everything, right? We cannot have everything. Okay, if you, well, even if you don't live in South Carolina, is it getting really cold? It's really windy here tonight. And I literally was, before I went live, like you could hear the wind up against the window where I'm at in my little room. And I'm in the house, so it's not like I'm, out in the backyard or anything. But it was kind of getting noisy. Okay. Oh, no, we might be able to get it. Ta-da. Okay. Now let's add our other ones. But it's going to be really cold the rest of this week. And it's going to be like too cold for me. Let's just say that. I like cold, but not in the 40s. Let's get to like the 50s, That would be great. All right, so one more that we're going to put on here. And I'm putting tape on it just so it doesn't move, because my plates are starting to warp a little bit. So it'll move as we go through. Okay, we're going to run all these through. As I shake the table. It's just cold. I don't like it. Yeah, it's a little too cold. It's a little too cold. We need it to warm up just a touch. It's only November. It's not usually this cold in November. Thanksgiving, we're getting, our short sleeves out again around here. Not so much. I saw a friend of mine that is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I met her at an event recently, and she posted on her Facebook page that she saw snow, and she lives up, I think it's Spartanburg or maybe Greenville. And I was like, what? That's a little too early. It's a little too early for here. But I guess if it's this cold, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so I guess that's kind of inevitable, right? Could possibly happen. Okay, so we've got those all cut out. I'm going to move these out of the way. Move all my scraps here out the way too. And let's start putting all of this together. So let's fold our card base in half. And I have to find my tools. Here we go. I feel like I haven't crafted in a while online, and that's not accurate. But I'm feeling a little, I don't know, disoriented over here. You lit your gas logs? Oh, yeah, Nancy. So we don't have gas logs here. We have real ones. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I love real fires. I love them, but not in the house, because it smells like a campfire, which I love, but not, when you're at night and, all that stuff. So I kind of like it when you're on vacation in the mountains and things like that. So, so we probably will not have a fire this year, unless it's maybe the weekend. I don't know. It'll probably be one of those things that I'm like, no, I have to have it because I love it. So, all right, let's get our dimensionals. Maybe. I might have to open a new pack. See? I feel like I'm all over the place. Oh, there they are. I was like, oh no, all my dimensionals are gone. I have an order that's coming in with a bunch more packs of dimensionals, because I was starting to run low. Okay. And I can't run out of dimensionals. that would be the saddest day of all times. That and linen thread, can't do it. Got to make sure I'm always stocked. Okay, so we're gonna put 5 on here, and then we're gonna stick this on. Now, when I did this sample, I kind of put it closer to the right. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna put it pretty center, because I need a little bit more room with our little pieces here. Okay, so we are gonna turn all of these over, and this is gonna be a little tedious, so just stick with me. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's hard with the messy ashes. It really is. I like 50s for lows and 70s for highs and 40 in Greenville. Oh, no snow there. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're pretty close to up there too, Deb. So, yeah, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a really cold winter, which is okay. All right, we are gonna take and put little baby dimensionals on the heads of all of our gingerbreads. Okay, so just up on the heads. Honestly, this isn't really the hard part. It's a lot, but it's really cutting them out that takes a while. Okay. And thankfully, Stampin' Up! Was smart. They put 2 gingerbreads, 2 Santa heads, or hats, and 2 candy canes for dies in the set. And so that really does help as well. Okay, so now that we've got that, we are gonna take all of the backings off. And I'm gonna put them in my little trash can. If I can get my sticky fingers now to work. After using that liquid glue, Deb, my fingers are already sticky. What in the world? It never happens that quick. I think I got it on my table. Because, you know, I'm a messy crafter. Not sure how I'm a messy crafter, but somehow I am always a messy crafter. We were talking about it at class this weekend about how even when I don't craft, I end up with the ink all over me. So, all right, now we're gonna take and put a glue dot on its bottom, okay? And then we're gonna start over here on the side, and we're gonna stick it there. And then we're literally just gonna go around, and you can put them hand to hand. If you want them a little closer, you can do that too. Whatever works for you. What I really just want to do is I want to just cover up that stitching. I don't really want that stitching to show through because it did kind of make it look weird. So this is kind of how we're doing it. And if you want to, when you kind of get up here, you can move it down just a little bit more. And no one will be able to tell because you're just kind of going around the outside here. All right, and let's see. And you know, everyone's going to end up being a little different. All right, and then let's come down here. And we just want those hands to touch. Let's see if I can get it to go in just a little bit more. There we go. All right. And we'll keep going. And I will say the easiest thing to do is to, for sure, stamp all of them and cut them out and then attach them all, which would be most crafters' ideas, right? That's how they would kind of do it. All right, then we're gonna come back around to the top and we're gonna come like here, because we're not gonna go all the way around. We can leave space to do our mitt and all of that. Messy is a sign of creativity. You know, I tell myself that regularly because I am so messy. I literally have to create like a class or even just one card, even for like this, creating for this class. And then I've got 2 left, which we can add somewhere else, maybe to the inside. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take off those backings and trash them. Creating this class, Deb, this room was a disaster. I had cardstock everywhere. I had inks everywhere. It was crazy. I mean, you know, and that's just how that's how it's always been for me. All right, so we're going to put 2 on the inside because that's what we've got left. But I loved the idea of a little gingerbread wreath. Okay, now we are going to take, actually we're going to leave this out. We're going to take our little I just drew a blank on what it's called. Our rolling pin. Oh, brain. Okay, so we've got glue dots on the back of that. We're going to set that aside. We're going to come on over here. We are going to put this one down here. That's what we're going to do. Okay. We are going to add dimensionals on this side. So since I've got the mini ones right here, let's just cut this. Edge right here, and let's just stick that edge there. Then we're going to take our seal and we're going to run it along this side. This is a brand new one, so I got to get it started there. And then we're going to stick this right here. Okay. Then let's take our rolling pin and we're going to stick it up like this. And then our bag is going to kind of go up like that into the empty space here. So we are going to do a dimensional up here, right there. And then let's take our seal and add there. Okay. And then this is going to go, oops, right here. All right, next, let's do our ribbon because, you know, or our twine. Every wreath needs a big bow, right? It's going to be a skinny bow. And we're going to do a double bow. So tie, fold it in half, and then tie your bow regularly. All right, I'm going to make it just a little smaller. All right, and then trim off those tails. We are then going to grab another glue dot and this project uses a lot of glue dots. And then we're going to attach this right about here. And then what I did was I took the loops here and I spread them out, because that's what you see a lot with wreaths that are done. So we're just going to spread it out. And then last but not least, we're going to add our little spearmint embellishments. Well, they're just called peppermints, not spearmints. They're called peppermints. All right. And I need this here. You could actually take these off with your finger. They're pretty easy to do that with. Let's get a medium one. Stick a medium one there. And a large one here. All right. And then let's do a baby one here. And then a baby one down here. Okay, there we go. There is card number 1. And the reason why I was playing with this set anyway is because it is for our team projects this month. And so we've got cards that I created with a training group that I participated in. And then, so I was obviously already had this set out, but then on the other side, I will have a mega class that's going to come out later this week that will be using these products as well. So, all right, card number 1, we'll set this aside. And then let's do project number 2. So project number 2, not Christmas at all. Not at all. It is all about the cookie baking. And then it's a happy birthday one. So, gingerbread men are adorable. Yes, yes, they are. Now, I will say I cannot have gingerbread men. I cannot have anything that's gingerbread, whatever, because it is cinnamon, and I can't have cinnamon. So, it is a sad day, but yes, there's lots of people that have that love gingerbread men in my life, for sure. Marcia, yes, it is so cold with the wind here. Marcia doesn't live very far from me, so she's experiencing the same thing that I am. And neither does Verna, so, well, this cold. It's got my nose running because it's so cold. Yeah. They still have the AC on at the school, so we were all like bundled up, like what my husband says, bundled up like the Nanook of the North. That's how we were all bundled up this afternoon. And we were all going like with sniffles and stuff because, you know, you get cold and your nose just starts running. And, you know, I got allergy problems anyway, so that just did not help. All right, we're going to use some liquid glue again. This paper here is called, Hobby Haven, I think is what it is. You can check out the blog post. It's got all the products and measurements. I think it's called Hobby Haven. Y'all, this paper is beautiful. Both sides of it. Both sides. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're gonna attach it down, and it's kind of like an 80s kitchen color, right? With this pastel kind of pink. Actually, it kind of reminds me of a bathroom, but we're gonna say kitchen. Yeah, you know, you don't really miss it when you can't have it. Well, that's really kind of a lie too. I used to love cinnamon buns when I was a kid. And my mom used to make them on Saturdays. That was kind of like our treat. And yeah, it's been a long time since I've had them. Every now and then I'll have something and I just have to, it doesn't like do horrible things to me. It just gives me a really bad headache. So I just have to be careful. Yeah, there was something I had recently and I had to have it even though it had cinnamon in it. And, but I learned real quick, because y'all know I love s'mores and all of that. The honey graham crackers do not have cinnamon in them, just the regular ones. And so if you get the honey, there's no cinnamon and you can still have the best s'mores. Okay, so I want to show you this. So these little circles here, I figured out, I looked at all of my dies and I wanted to come up with something that would look closest to a cookie. And I went to the Cheers and Sips, and the little cutout for the olive actually works out pretty well. So that's what I did, was that one, because I felt like those would be too big with the size of the tray. So anyway, this is the olive cutout, and it works perfect for little mini cookies. All right, let me put that up. All right, so we're going to do some glue dots again. And I want to find, and I've already stamped and cut everything out. Since we stamped it and cut it out on the first one, I didn't feel like you had to watch me again. I'm going to find my green cookies here. We're going to put a glue dot on the back. We're going to put a green one down here because we're going to put our little icing bag over it. And then we're going to take the other green one and just stick it on there. And I didn't want the colors necessarily to be all next to each other, nor do they have to be in the same direction. Because, you know, once you kind of scoop them up, they never really stay in the same place, right? On that cooking tray. All right, let's do there. And then this one. And these colors are Azure Afternoon, Garden Green, Berry Burst, and then Strawberry Slush for the pink. So good colors, and I actually liked the color combination, even with the Garden Green. All right, so then we're gonna stick that there. All right, now this is gonna come down here, but before we do that, we wanna just kind of place it with our mitt so that we kind of have our location down. And then we wanna make sure that we can get our icing bag there. Okay, so we're gonna stick it right about here. We're gonna flip that over. We're gonna add some dimensionals. Yep. And then we're gonna place this down right about here. Okay, and then we're gonna pop up our mitt as well. Let's add one more to the middle. And we're gonna stick this part underneath, and then like that. All right, then let's take our green little piping bag or icing bag, whichever one you want to call it. And for these cookies, we completely flooded the top. See, I know the language. I actually know the language for cookie making. I've actually always wanted to take an official cooking class, but my youngest sister used to own a cookie company. Like, she used to decorate cookies until she had her first, so she had her child. So I learned lots of language with her. All right, now let's take and put our other bags on. She actually had amazing cookies, amazing. And then we're gonna pop this one up. We'll put one here and then here. All right, so actually let's do our Berry Burst first. All right, so we'll stick our Berry Burst here, like that. And then our Azure Afternoon there. And then let's do glue dots for our rolling pin. Oops. All right, it's sticking. There we go. And then one more on the other end. Glue dots are a little easier to use for this because the little ends are smaller. This is gonna go up about like that. It doesn't have to be exact. Then let's stamp our sentiment, which is gonna be with a Berry Burst. And we're gonna do Happy Birthday from the Simply Said. This is one that I use quite a bit, as you can tell. It is very much discolored, very much discolored. All right, so we got Berry Burst here. We're gonna ink it up. And then stamp it right about there. Ta-da! Then we're gonna take our scissors and we're gonna cut up the center and then come in on the sides. All right, then we're gonna do it on this side. And then flip it like that. Okay, perfect. Now we are going to pop this all the way up. So I'm going to actually do, I've got more edges here. Nope, let's just do many ones because this is a small little strip. And that'll save me from having to cut stuff down. All right, so this is gonna go right about here. Let's see if we can. I'm trying to kind of stick it under. Let's see. Okay, we might just put it at an angle. There we go. We're gonna do a Kathy. If any of you ever get Kathy Goldie's cards, she loves to put her sentiments at an angle, and I always forget to do that with my cards. So now I get to be Kathy and put it at an angle. Yay! I've always wanted to have a card to do that, so now I do. All right, we're gonna take the Azure Afternoon. This is the Twine 3-pack. It's got Strawberry Slush, Shy Shamrock, and then Azure Afternoon. So you could do either Strawberry Slush or the Azure Afternoon. But I went ahead, since we did the Mitt in Azure, I figured that would be good to kind of coordinate with that. If you wanted to offset a little bit, you could do the Strawberry Slush. And if you wanted to use the Shy Shamrock, you could always change out your color there. All right, we're gonna make a smaller bow. Like that. Ta-da. Okay, then cut off your ends. And another glue dot. And then we're gonna stick it right up underneath that edge like that. And then last but not least, these are some of these little embellishments are so fun. I like the flat embellishments. I think those are easier to put on cards for mailing, but look at the color combination. I'm pretty sure that's Poppy Parade, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that one. I'm pretty sure it is though. And then Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Garden Green. Like that is a sweet color combination right there. Might need to make a card in that. Could also be our color challenge for next month, ladies on Stamping Divas. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yes, yes. These are fun cards. Fun. Yes, and it's a fun set all the way around. All right, so we're going to do our Garden Green. And we're going to add... Let's stick this one down there since there's less room up there this time. And then this one's gonna go here, and then we're gonna do one more small one down there. All right, so there we go. There is card number 2. We'll have a third card on Friday at 5. As always, I don't have a sneak peek for you right now. You have to wait. You'll have to wait just a little bit. I got to add a couple more things to the one that is in my mind. So, but later this week, there will be a mega class that comes out for this. That mega class will also have a little mini picture album. You know, we all take a lot of pictures for Christmas, especially like when you're baking with kids and that kind of stuff. And I've actually got a picture of the girls where all 3 of them, we were baking cookies and decorating them, that this whole set has reminded me of. So so that will be coming out later this week. And if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you go check out the blog. It's got the measurements and the products used for the 2 cards tonight. And then if you spend $50 or more before tax and shipping and after your rewards, then you can get these cards plus the one we create on Friday mailed directly to you next week for free. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.